fell 150 feet and survived. Hi, this is John and Crystal, and we are with Dudley doesn't get to go. Poor boy. He has to stay here when we travel, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, today's video is about something that happened about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty significant incident in our lives. We were in Alaska on our last cruise to Alaska in June of 2015. And we went on a hiking trail in Skagway. And I fell 150 feet down a mountain. And so I survived, clearly. And so we just want to share that story with you. So here's a video that we created about 2 years ago, or we created about 8 years ago. 150-foot fall on the lower Dewey Lake Trail in Skagway, Alaska. In June of 2015, I went with my family on a cruise to Alaska. It was a beautiful trip. After a morning Jeep ride into Canada and the Yukon, we decided to go on a hike. The lower Dewey Lake Trail is a hiking path just off the port in Skagway. The hike was somewhat strenuous, but not too bad. I took this selfie at an overlook with our ship in the background. On our way back down the trail, I saw a sign that said, "Warning, 200-foot drop." You would think the sign would have made me be more careful. I lost my footing while heading down the trail and reached out for the trees on my right. I must have stepped out as well, and down I went. I remember thinking, I am falling. I'm falling. I'm still falling. When am I going to stop falling? I stopped on the path below this rock. My shoe was on top of the rock. I was face down, laying there thinking, God, get me through this. God, get me through this. As I saw my husband come toward me, it occurred to me he might think I was dead. So I said, I'm okay, I'm sorry. My sister called 911 and the Skagway Volunteer Search and Rescue Team came to get me. They got me down the trail, then took me to a clinic in Skagway. The clinic got me stabilized, then we were flown to a hospital in Juneau. As a result of falling 150 feet, I had a calf injury and received 8 staples on my head. I did not have a brain injury, paralysis, or broken bones, and I was not dead. Amazing. It was a miracle. And now I'm living my life knowing that God must have kept me here for some purpose. But the truth is, we are all here for some reason. And yes, it was a miracle I didn't die, but every day we live and breathe as healthy humans is a miracle as well. Thank you to my family, Carnival Cruise Line, Skagway Volunteer Fire and Rescue, Doll Medical Clinic, Guardian Fly, Capital City Fire and Rescue, Bartlett Regional Hospital, and all the medical personnel in Alaska and Texas involved in my care. Okay, well, that was pretty significant. And I'm glad we made it through. So, John, you kind of watched all that happen. You watched me fall. What's your take on the situation?
The number one answer is I did not push her. I was in front and she fell behind me as we were walking down the trail. I think that the thing, and it's pointed out in the video, is there were a lot of things that came together that made this not as bad as it could have been. So.
What are some of those things?
The nurse that was walking on the trail that came up to you first, The ship went to Juneau the next day, and that's where we were. We were in the hospital in Juneau, and the rest of our family went up to Juneau, and that Carnival transported them to the hospital.
And while I was in the hospital, we saw a bear outside my window. I didn't see it because I was in the hospital bed, but here's a picture of the bear that was outside my hospital window. And then John got to go to Mendenhall Glacier.
Right.
He called up church in the area, and they came and picked him up and took him to Sunday services, and then drove him over to the glacier to get a quick picture over there.
And gave me a tour.
So now, several years later, 9 years later from that incident, we decided that we were going back to Alaska on another cruise with Carnival, and we decided that we wanted to stop by the firehouse and say thank you to all the workers who, actually it's a volunteer fire department, so I think the whole search and rescue team was volunteer.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to say thank you. So thank you to all of those people who have been involved in this, volunteer search and rescue team and are currently in the search and rescue team. So we took them some pecan pralines from Texas. So we wanted to give them a little taste of Texas. So here's my sister-in-law took some video of that. So here's what happened at the firehouse. 9 years ago, search and rescue came and rescued me off the Dillon Lake Trail. And I had been air flighted to Juneau, and I survived, and I'm good, and thank God, and thank y'all. And so I'm sure probably the same people probably been not really around, but if they are, or even if they're not, thank you for being here. And I know this is a primarily volunteer organization, and thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
A little treat from Texas.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
And I have here's the card. Inside the card, I have a video about what happened. So if you're gonna go to YouTube and find it, you can find it.
I love it. Yeah. So were you on a cruise then?
Yeah.
Was it 9 years ago?
And we did an excursion in the morning on a Jeep, and then came back and hiked the Lower Dewey Lake Trail, and I fell. And there's big signs that say warning, big cliff, and I fell 150 feet and kind of hit trees and rocks on my way down, and landed on a trail. And I did not have a concussion. I didn't have any broken bones. I just had a little bit of muscle damage, and that was it. So I was very blessed.
I just needed help getting out of there.
Yeah. They use a wheel. It looks like a wheelbarrow.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I don't know, it has one wheel.
Yeah. We have two of them. We actually just got one upgraded. So we have one now that weighs, no joke, weighs about 5 pounds.
Oh wow. Here's one with blue.
Yeah, the new titanium.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, and I think we also, because we also had y'all go back to find your phone.
And it still worked.
Gotta have
It still worked.
It was like between them.
Like 70 feet maybe.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Like from the top of the trail
Yeah.
down the road. Wow.
Well, thank you
So
very
you
much.
didn't do that loop today?
Not
Well, we're going to go to the part of it. We're not going to go all the way up. We're going to go to the rock where I landed.
There we go. Yeah.
But
Visit
I'm
the
not
scene
going
of
to
the
go all the way
crime.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, hopefully you won't see us again
You know
today.
our phone
And I was in front. I did not push you.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. That's
We
very
appreciate
thoughtful.
it. Well, thank you very much for listening. It was that whole thing was pretty traumatic for us, but you go through things and obstacles in life and you come out stronger. So thank you again, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.